Guys, welcome to another video. In this one I'm going to show you how to make a pickpocket script. Now with this one it's going to be based off an item swing, so I thought it fitting to use the steel gauntlets because it allows you to steal. And it's pretty much whatever you want to use. You could use your hand, but I've already got punching scripts tied to that, so I'm not going to use that. Pretty much what happens is you can walk up to an NPC, you swing your item, and as you can see I was caught. And if I do it eventually there's a random pickpocket successful, otherwise there's a help we have a pickpocket. And you could tie the help part to a jail script where it kind of makes it to where if you get caught you go to jail, and it kind of deters people from wanting to pickpocket. And then you could also have, like, depending on your looting skill, it will modify that and make it an easier success to get it without being caught. So first thing we need is an event script which detects what we swing, and it will run the script. So we want the set event script item swing, and then whichever item you want. I chose steel gauntlets. Again, you could use like your hand, you could use a special key, because there's so many keys. Those are kind of like the miscellaneous items to use. And then the script, which I named NPC Pickpocket because we're pickpocketing for an NPC. The next script that we need is going to be the pickpocket for an NPC. And what it is, I made sure to have the alias as the same one as we're asking for. That way I don't got to type all the slashes in the set event script. First thing is going to be a setting for if the player is caught. First thing it does is it checks if the block in front of you and down to, and it's starting from where your head is. So down to and one in front of you is actually where the NPC block is right now, which is the ground block in front of me. So is block that VREL, because it's based on your view, 1, -2, 0, and it checks if that's an NPC spawn. If it's true, then it gives them is random, and it's a 14 out of 20 chance, because that kind of makes it harder to successfully do this in the beginning. You could also do, if looting skill is 99, then the random chance is like 2 out of 20. It just depends. You can add a lot to this script and make it change a lot. But this is the basic script for it. Then it will this is for if they are caught. Then it notifies help, we have a pickpocket. Then it runs the script jail. I don't have a jail script, but this one, it would basically be you teleport a player to jail, give them a history of like prisoner or something, wait a minute or two, and then let them out and get rid of their history. Whatever you want to do for jail. You could bring them to the stockade, you could hang them, whatever you think they deserve for pickpocketing. Then you want to check the same thing, but you want to make sure if they're crouching they can still pickpocket, because crouching is kind of like the sneaking of this game. So then it checks if the block 1, -1, which would be where the king's feet are. But if you're crouching, you shrink down 1 and it would lower it to be where the block is. Then it would give the same chance, 14 out of 20, and it would do the same effect. It's the same thing, it's checking 1 block lower. Then the next section is for if they are not caught and if they actually get away with it. It checks the same thing, it checks for the block for if they're standing. Then it gives them a higher chance of succeeding, because this would be kind of like a if the first one fails, then it checks as 18. So it's already checked 14. It's not like if you check 14 and it's wrong, then there should be 6 out of 20 as this one. Because it's like if you flip a coin, you're going to get heads or tails. Then if you flip again, you're still going to get heads or tails. It's not like the first one was tails, so the second has to be heads. So you want to make sure to make this random based off of itself and not what's left from the first one, which was the 14. But anyway, after you choose your chance of success, you could even do this as a full, but I just decided not to. Then you would notify that they got it successfully, give them the reward, which I gave them 100 pieces, and I don't want to go more than 100 because I had it set to 300 and I easily got to 20,000 in just a couple seconds. So you want to be careful with this. You could put it higher if the penalty for getting caught was worse, like you die and lose all your stuff, because that would make it worthwhile to pickpocket. Then you're going to check for if they're crouching, which is just the same thing but one higher, and with the same effects. And then you put an end if to end everything. And that is how to make a pickpocket script for an NPC. So hopefully this video has helped you learn something about that, and maybe you can put this script to good use. Thanks for watching.